Hello there, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Lone Crown Show, which I always feel is so weird to say, but yet I remember to say it and not Crowncast, which is, I feel, is an achievement in itself. So today I have with me the other half of the show. Who could that be? It is the almighty Wizard of OJ.
Wizard, you say?
Yes.
He knows too much. You can't let them know in the outside world.
When I was doing like the screen, I usually do a screen beforehand. Always, so I just record it directly. And I was thinking, what should I name it? And I was like, for some reason, I just got into thinking about Wizard of Oz. And like, I figured OJ fit it, like he's a like mysterious person. We all wonder who he really is. We hear all these stories, but we don't really believe it. So I'm like, Wizard of OJ from Ojakistan, the great country.
Oh gosh, I haven't heard of Ojakistan in a long time.
Me neither. It just struck me, and OJ can't see this, but I'm actually wearing the Snozman shirt today. So
good choice in fashion, sir.
Yes, it was top of my drawers, and I'm like, it's destiny to have that when I was talking to OJ.
Very nice.
So,
Bill,
how have you been doing?
I've been doing all right. Nothing terribly crazy going on. Had a busy couple of weeks. All that jazz.
Yeah, we don't hear really that much because like the show is in its hiatus mode since we don't really know exactly what's going on. Is there anything that like you can disclose that you feel about this whole ordeal of being on a hiatus?
Well, first I have to say a massive thanks to Rambo, because he has been editing up a storm. And not only that, he was literally playing the guitar the other day until his fingers bled, getting the music right.
We all saw the photos, and I'm like, yeah, it's
crazy.
I mean, like he's making a full-length feature film and he's editing it by himself.
Yes.
I went to film school. I know how long it takes to edit those things, and with all the like special effects you also want that in it, like I can't even understand how. Oh God!
And you have no idea even what's in this coming episode.
No, I have no clue.
And he has been putting a lot of time into it, into not just the editing, into the music, into the dialogue before we recorded the last pieces of it, all sorts of stuff. He's just been going at it like crazy. So he hasn't had the energy to do the show.
It's
understandable. Or the time.
I wouldn't do that if I were doing like have a normal job and then doing all that editing. Having the time to just like do something else. I find it like when I've worked and I'm like going home, I'm like doing a video. It's just hard, but I should really think about how like that's one thing I always admire about Americans, like the work mentality. With like you can like you have a job, but you still like a lot of Americans just. Well, I will still make like so many videos and like do all this editing and that sort of stuff and barely get any sleep. I couldn't handle that.
I mean, it's tough. I think that it's good, but seriously, there's got to be less pressure for us to like work so hard to make ourselves physically ill.
Yeah,
it's rough.
Well, it's also the problem with you doing like the first like it's getting longer and longer, and suddenly you have a feature film on your hand, and that is almost like it's not really good for you because you already have expectations on how long an episode until the next episode is supposed to go out. like because I'm also watching another web series called Platoon of Power Squadron, and everyone should check it out. It's a really good one. It's if people will know, maybe the Wheezy Waiter is has like 600,000 on YouTube or something like that. He has one of the main actors in it, yeah, it's a really good web series. But in the beginning, they had it a little bit shorter, and also they didn't do the special effects that they're doing today. So now, because they went to Indiegogo and said, look, we know it's gonna take time for us to get out the next one, and we also want to make it better. So, yeah, and they had problems with people that just put it out already, being that, and those are the people that don't know how much effort and how much editing and how much different special effects and that sort of stuff. It takes time, and
a lot.
Yeah, and it also goes back to some people don't know. When last year in my school year, our school we had you went out to have internship in different places, but the school noticed that there was since we are into movie and graphics and other stuff like that, and there was companies and such that went to the school and asked, could you do this for us, and and then the school would be paid, or we would just do it for free. And so we set up this production thing, and we did it first. It was 7 weeks, and then we did 7 weeks in the spring. And when we did the second time around, one of the people who was leading in that thing, literally when I just spent editing all the time, because it takes really long time to editing stuff, and she was like, but making a movie doesn't take long, shouldn't you be done already and stuff like that, and she really looking down on us and stuff like that. And I was so pissed. I remember at the end when we were supposed to do introduce or present everyone what we had done.
Yeah,
I was so pissed at how everything has worked there, and especially her looking down at us. So it's I didn't prepare anything. I just went up there and just talked a bit and got a bunch of laughs, and then apparently that was good enough. And I was like, yeah, sure. And that it's funny how that works, because everyone said I got good at doing presentation, because I literally didn't care anymore.
Well, then you're not going to be worried at all, right?
Yeah, because I'm not trying to prove to anyone anything, so yeah.
Oh man, that's an interesting strategy for getting through a presentation.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't care.
I also, one of my classmates did we had I don't remember, it was in Swedish class, and we were supposed to present on different topics, and it was you could present on truth, and I don't even remember what I did, but my friend did of the topic of truth, and so what he did was he told a story, in the beginning, that he had a cousin in Africa that stepped on a mine and had her leg blown up. And then he went on to talk about how truth is this it depends on what you see as a truth and that sort of stuff. And then at the end, he just went for 10 minutes now, while I was talking about other things, you all have believed that I have a cousin in Africa that has blown that wasn't a lie. And then he just ended it there, and everyone was like, holy fuck. And I talked to him afterwards, and he was like, yeah, I just winged it. And I'm like, what the fuck? You just winged? I'm like, yeah, sure.
Hey, that's in the spirit of the presentation on truth, right?
Yeah. I'm
You should have been at the end, you should have just been and you all believed in a lie. You believed that I actually prepared for this presentation.
Yeah.
Think about it.
I was like, he got like what would be an A+ on that presentation. Everyone was like, I went before him, so I was a little bit lucky compared to the person who went after him.
Yes.
I was like, thank God I didn't. Yes. And,
I hate that. Like, you get stuck going and doing a presentation or of some sort right after somebody who just did an amazing job. Even if you did a really good job, it's just really hard to come up after that. I mean, let alone, people grading you against the guy who just kicked butt. But even worse, like, just mentally just having to deal with the fact that I'm going to be compared to that.
Yeah. Everyone was like, I think everyone was on the same like length, and someone did a little bit. I would say I was in the middle somewhere. How my presentation went, I don't remember exactly what topic I had, but I remember it going pretty decent. But if he wouldn't have pulled that out, I would say that I would probably more in the higher part. But since he just knocked it out of the park, everyone was like, yeah, we are all gonna be compared to that. And well, it's funny. He's still a great friend, and he's from northern Sweden originally. So his accent is something that he always sounds so much smarter than maybe he really is. He always says to me like he just improvises most of the time when we went to school, and he was one of in our class who had best grade. And
wow.
Because everyone like he sounds so smart, he sounds reasonable. When he was going like applying for very hard like the best film education you can get here in Sweden, and he went to like applied for that, and I was like, you're gonna get into that fucking thing. And what did you know? He got into it. I was like, he sounds so smart all the time. He's like, it's like he's saying the same thing everyone else is saying, but it just sounds like really intelligent. Yeah.
Just because the accent?
Yeah.
I mean, this is what Americans think when we hear anybody from Australia, Britain, heck, even Ireland, anywhere else that's an English-speaking country that is not America. Yeah. We just think everyone is that much smarter.
Yeah, because they use more intelligent English version, I would say.
Even if they're not using more intelligent English, which I might dispute with you on some points.
Well, now
they do.
Nowadays, I would agree that people are using less and less words, even in England and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's getting quite
Say
similar.
what you will about Americans in general, dang it, but I still use English to the best of my ability. I type out full sentences. I get mad when I dictate to my phone and it replaces Y-O-U with the letter U. I'm filled with rage that my phone spells the word out and then deletes the first two letters because, oh, it's a text message. We don't use real grammar.
Yeah, shorten everything. Doug always says to me like, you should just try and shorten your words, then you would use American. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna shorten my words just to sound more American.
Do you know how long it takes me to write a tweet? I have to get that thing down to 144 characters, 160 characters. Are you kidding me? Yeah, 140 characters. Are you kidding me? I am completely incapable of speaking concisely.
Yeah,
so I'm just sitting there like, what words can I shave off? I spent 5 minutes doing that tweet I tweeted the other day.
I have this same problem sometimes. I'm like, I want to do more, so what the hell should I do? I have started like just, and sometimes it's like one single really long sentence. So like, I can't just stop it anywhere. How do I stop it? And where? Like, okay, now I'm just trying to get rid of words and just come up with the shorter sentences.
Exactly, right? Like, I had to get rid of an entire sentence from my tweet yesterday. Like, a whole sentence is just gone. You'll never know what it was.
Yeah.
By the way, I do just want to point out, I can turn my face slightly blue-green by raising my hand.
Yeah. I have the same problem. It's the white balance of your... I just noticed that my autofocus just... I hate my webcam. I really need to get a new one because this autofocusing is horrendous. It refuses to focus on me and stuff like that.
It's tough with these things.
Yeah,
they're not exactly the highest quality pieces of equipment.
Yeah, but I mean, I can't even like I compare it to other webcams. So like mine, like it should be 1080p. It says so on it, like everything like that. And no, it's not fucking 1080p. It may be the resolution, but it looks crap in 1080p.
So wait, is that what? You don't have a Logitech one, do you?
No, I have Creative.
Okay, because I got a Logitech one, like almost the same model that Rambo's got. I think I actually bought a model that was like $10 more expensive, and no matter what, his always looks better.
Yeah, yours looks really good on mine. Maybe it's the connection.
Yeah, I want to point out, when John and I do our podcast, my connection is so bad, I don't even know what the problem is. Maybe it's my computer, maybe it's my router. My internet connection certainly seems fast enough now.
Yeah. Well,
like, we're not having a single problem. I bet you I could stream something right now.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to open up a streaming video. I'm going to mute it. I'm going to let it run.
Yeah.
And we're going to see what happens to my video here. All right. I think I got choppy for a second. But
yeah,
I'm still loading. I'm still going.
It's funny now that everyone else like, yeah, I can pull up a streaming video. I can have like 5 on at the same time, and that doesn't even matter at least at all. I can probably run like 10 streams at the same time and be like, yeah, this is... I don't know why I would watch 10 streams at the same time, but sure.
Well, there's certainly no reason you'd want to admit in public. But I have to point out, like, those speed test sites are very interesting. Like, I use DSLreports.com, I think, and it says I have decent speed, but it just doesn't quite work.
Yeah, I whenever I had problems, I also usually go to those, and it says sometimes it says I have good connection, and even when I have like bad, it's like, oh, you only have 28 megabyte download. I'm like, yeah, sure. Why is it bad? I mean, this is still
28 megabytes. Oh no!
Oh no! This
Welcome
is so
to
bad.
America. We're happy to get 45 megabits.
Yeah, 10 megabyte is the lowest you can go now with any company here in Sweden.
Seriously, 10 full megabytes, like 10 megabytes a second.
Yes,
Are you
is the
kidding
lowest you can go here in Sweden now.
I'm really glad that America has been pumping billions of dollars into those telecom companies to build us an infrastructure of networking cables so that we can have fast internet by 2016. It's totally going to happen, guys.
Yeah, and the monopoly helps a lot. Like, the monopoly stuff, just the way to do it.
It's horrible. Like, no, there's plenty of competition. Sure. But in my town, I have access to pretty much one provider, maybe 2 at best. I could move if I want a different cable company. I can move. That's basically my chance. Yeah. That's my option.
It doesn't help that they let, like, what is it, Time Warner and Comcast, and like they are the same company. And like, we are not going to compete against each other. Well, that's what you should do, even if you're the same company. Like, drive up the, like, there's no competition, then it's no...
Nope.
Everyone should watch Last Week Tonight with John
Oliver.
It's so fucking good. And like I love the part when that's Estonia's better internet than. I think Australia has even worse. So I mean, I think that must be sad for them, because I hear they still have data upload they can't use they only use a certain amount of data upload a month, and that's with normal internet. And like,
yeah, Like my phone, I can get 2 gigabytes a month, and that's it, and then I'm cut off. But not my house.
Yeah, that would go so fast. I'm like,
2 gigs?
yeah,
Dude, I could go through that one day in Netflix.
yeah. Like, I watched at one point. I wanted to watch. There was DreamHack, which is a tournament, and I was working. I was like, "Fuck! I really want to see like these matches, how those goes." I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna watch it a little bit on my Twitch phone." I think I went over over the cap, and it was like, "Do you want to put in like?" Go an extra 500 megabytes. I'm like, I need to see the rest of it. So I'm like, and then I went over the next 500 megabyte. I'm like, oh shit, I've already passed this. So I'm not just gonna do another. It wasn't that bad of going like over, but I mean, I couldn't do that every single month. That would be.
No. Well, I'm on a family plan with my phone. So we all pay my dad for our phones, but it's a little bit cheaper if we all go together.
Yeah.
We get 6 gigabytes between all of us. 6 gigabytes total.
Whoa.
And I've been getting messages on my phone saying, hey guys, you're at 90% of your allotted bandwidth. For $15, you can get another gig. It resets on August 2nd. I'm just sitting here like, I've used 200 megabytes. That's it.
Yeah.
What is my family doing? Do not download the internet on your cell phone.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I have those settings that like I'm only downloading stuff when I'm on Wi-Fi.
Yeah, exactly.
And that should everyone do, unless you're like really need to do it. But I mean, you don't have to watch like YouTube videos and that sort of stuff when you can watch that at home or whatever.
I mean, heck, like I've watched maybe 3 YouTube videos on my phone since I've had a data plan. That's like it. It's not that big of a deal. Just wait. Just wait. The internet will still be there when you get home unless net neutrality gets shot down. So just wait for it. You'll be okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, I wonder how it's going to actually end up. They haven't said it like how it ended right with the net neutrality.
They had a big debate. They had people sending in tons of comments, which will take forever to read.
Yeah.
They broke the website because they sent in so many comments.
Yeah, well, that John Oliver segment was the best when he's like, the trolls, you finally have your...
Away, do your worst.
I wonder actually who some of those comments actually is. They're like, some comment is like, Kappa, like, yeah, sure, this is working out. How many stupid comments they're actually gonna get?
Tons. It's the internet. And it should stay that way.
Yeah. Like, yeah, you can't really, like, monitor the internet. The internet is its own, like, thing. And that's the, like, what stuff like the people behind Pirate Bay and that sort of stuff trying to, like, put out to everyone that like the internet should be a free zone. It should be like the Wild West we all love it to be.
Yeah, it shouldn't be regulated by a bunch of jacobassalopes who have no idea what the internet's actually about or what it's doing or how it works.
Yeah.
They're basically saying like, yeah,
yeah,
go on.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's so funny to see like American politics and see like a lot of those people have no idea even how almost like I have to use an email, right? I don't go beyond that, like, and I've heard that like the court system is really, really bad because like their system is so incredibly old. That's why the reason why it's like doesn't really function as well as it should be, because like everyone is still using paper and that sort of stuff for everything, and forms. Shit, we had problems with this, and we still have some problems with this, but it's not like, think about having that with a country that is the size of USA here, and it's even worse because the websites aren't as good.
It's just, you just can't win.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like watch so much stuff from America. It almost feels like I'm a bit American at some points.
Well, this was a country built on immigrants, so whenever you want to come over and hang out permanently, we'd love your tax money.
Yeah, I'm like, I almost feel like I would actually go to Canada because it feels like safer to live in Canada, and healthcare would be a lot better.
Oh, healthcare! Come on, no. It's not like the American healthcare system has any problems. There weren't no issues with people being denied coverage for things that were completely out of their control in a completely unfair manner. There aren't gross, horribly overpriced things in the American healthcare system because those are where the prices got jacked up to be because there's... Well, I'm not saying that there's some business shady dealings going on, but something's going weird when you're buying a $90 pair of pencils. It's not the military. Our pencil should be cheaper.
$90 pencil. It should be made in gold almost.
Oh,
at that
gosh.
point.
Yeah, seriously, look, if you're gonna sell a pencil for $90, it's got to be made of gold, or be filled with like unicorn horn dust or something.
That would be something. It's like it's magical. You can even operate suddenly with those things.
Maybe it would fix the healthcare system.
Yeah, I love the part where the Oregon segment in the first episode of John Oliver's, where like their sites which they spend like almost 300 million, and it didn't work. Like, where did that money go? That's one thing I really want to know. It was some like you get 200 at least 250 millions to make this website, and he's like, holy fuck, like takes the money and makes a like shit website. I'm out of here, I'm going to another country and using that for the rest of my life, bye.
Well, how you were talking about some inefficiencies before, the paper and all that jazz. Well, there's a lot of nonsense and hullabaloo that goes around with contracting for government work, or so I've heard from sources I can't name or verify. But I get the feeling that they were charged a lot of money and maybe didn't get the best contractors to work on that website, as evidenced by the fact that it didn't work.
I mean, I don't even understand how we can blow over 250 millions on something like that. How is that even possible with a website? Like, you were supposed to get a functioning website.
How many developers does it take? I don't know. I don't know how many they even Zicken used for that matter, but it didn't work. And that's sad because honestly, the closer we get to having good healthcare, the better everyone's going to be. And guess what?
Yeah.
If we have good healthcare, you know what's going to be cheaper? Healthcare.
Yeah. I don't understand how Americans have survived it for all these years.
It's simple. There's a lot of us, and we shoot anything that looks threatening.
Maybe that's the reason why, you don't have over 1 billion people in America, because the healthcare system is so bad, and you shoot everything in sight.
So there's too many guns and not enough babies?
Well,
that's an interesting correlation there.
Well, you have a decent number of people living in your country, but I'm just saying, maybe you would have problems with people in your country, just as India and China and that sort of stuff, if you didn't kill everything that moved. Almost.
Well, I'll tell you, if we ever had that many people, we would need good healthcare, or we would all be dying of some horrible disease because it would just spread like wildfire because everyone's getting sick. Oh, yeah. Gosh, let's not talk about vaccinations, please, before we get onto that topic. Welcome to Mark Crown's very political podcast this week.
Yeah, well, I don't have any guests that really have brought that up or ended up in that type of topic. I used to do this type of topic before by myself, but I haven't really done anything with someone else really when talking politics or something like this. We used to like it ended up in like anime or like video games is the like number one thing, and that sports or whatever. It just it's every podcast is its own thing. Oh my god, it's Mario Kart.
I should point out, though, with regards to all of my prior opinions, they are just opinions. They do not represent the opinion of myself, John Rambo, the show, or Mark. Though I will say that I'm very opinionated, and I don't have any facts to back up my statements. So there.
I don't really care. Like, people can like judge me all you like. Go ahead. I have no problems with that. You can hate me all you like. Just keep watching my stuff, then it's all good.
Hate me all you like. That's the way it goes. This is what we do on the Mock Crown Show. Yeah. Sorry, that was like the funniest song in Les Mis.
Yeah. I enjoyed Les Mis, the latest movie.
Yeah, it was surprisingly good. Wolverine can sing. My gosh.
Well, that's not his musical background. He actually come from musicals from the beginning. So, like when, for instance, when he got to do the Oscars, for instance, he was so happy because he could do a musical number, which he hadn't done in a long time. So it's like yes, and I still, for me, the best Oscar host for me is still Hugh Jackman, because that was probably. That Oscar was fast paced, like it had great musical numbers and had some he did some funny jokes and that sort of stuff, and everything just flowed. Like,
what songs did he do? What musical number did he do?
He hosted it, so he did he was in everything, but they did some sort of own stuff in it, own created stuff. I don't remember really. I remember. What's her name? The person that also was singing in Les Mis.
Arwen the Elf. Anne Hathaway, right?
Yes.
New Arwen the Elf.
Yeah, she was in that one of the music numbers in that, if I remember correctly.
But just a note, I don't actually think that she played Arwen. It's just she reminds me of like a younger, was it Liv Tyler or something? Yeah. Anyway, the point I wanted to get to was they should have done a song from Les Mis, and at the end, Hugh Jackman should have popped the claws. That would have been amazing.
Yeah, but he did it before. It's I don't know. It probably was one of my first years watching it, so that must be 2007, 2008. He did the Oscars. Holy fuck!
Wow,
the years go by. And I'm getting 24 in 10 days, so...
Wow, hey, okay, 10 days. Wait, that means it's August 10th?
The 10th, yes.
You're 8-10. Or 10-8, sorry, Europe, my bad.
Yes.
Sorry.
I'm becoming 24 years old. People
it's
usually
a good year, man.
Yeah, people usually say to me "Oh, you don't look that old," but that's why I usually have some hair growth around my face, because it makes me look like I'm 24 or something in that ballpark. Because if I shaved, I look like I'm under 20, and it's a little bit annoying when I'm gonna enjoy it when I'm 34 and I look like I'm only 20 something. I'm gonna be screw all of you.
Hey, are you implying 34 is old? 'Cause it's not.
No, I'm just saying that I can. No, I'm just saying that I can be I'm just saying that I could be I can get away with looking younger than and be to everyone else that looks for the same age as me, or everyone else that is 34 at the same point, and be I'm the same age as you, and they're gonna be fuck you. No, 34 is not old.
No, I didn't shave today because I'm lazy. I don't know what that does to my apparent age, but that's why I've got all this.
Yeah, and also like if it suits you, and this, I is my webcam actually going like broken at this point? Like the autofocus is just fucking wrong. No, it doesn't even want to focus. Screw this webcam. You can see blurry me. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to be in London that weekend actually when my birthday.
Oh wow, that should be exciting.
I was actually going to convention, which went rip. And I still had we still had made like all the flights, and I could have canceled the flights. I had like those type of things, but I'm like I was like it's my birthday that weekend, so I'm like we go to London anyway. We were actually going to Coventry, but so we just the only thing I lost money on was the train tickets, but that's
well to quote Third Eye Blind. I don't want to go to London. I told you I don't care. No, please go to London. Just don't live there. It's expensive and weird.
I actually had an opportunity to move to London and work.
Really?
Yeah. And ultimately, my problem was I didn't want to do that type of work. And I could have probably done like a month or two and like had that type of experience, but I didn't feel like it was worth it in the yeah, kind of regret it, kind of doesn't. I'm like
well, you made your decision, you did what you were going to do, so no need to fret about it.
Yeah, when ultimately when your decision like from the beginning is like I think I did like pros and cons. And
yeah.
It was more cons than pros, in my opinion.
Well, there you go then.
Because I can't like sacrifice like a couple of months to just like money. I'm not that type of person. I just I need to like have a little bit more positive things. So.
Well, if you have any extra money, you can just send it my way. I'll be happy to take it.
I have extra money, but. Like if you two like you do like some sort of project and you need money to put into it, I will be happy to donate or whatever, back you in any way.
Hey, you already were generous enough when my girlfriend set up a charity.
Yes.
A charity. Was it a Indiegogo? Yeah. I think a charity Indiegogo for the what's the word? Not tsunami. Monsoon, typhoon victims.
Yeah, not so. It's something like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember, $200 or something like that. I think.
Well, however, I don't remember how much it was, but it was very generous of you.
Yes, for me, like, I noticed it, and I'm like, I need to donate to this. It's a good cause. I usually just do my massive donation thing around Christmas when everyone offering stuff in return. Because then I also can get some like if it's games or whatever it is. Also like, I usually spend like almost like $1,000 like during donations.
Wow.
During Christmas. So yeah, like everyone's doing their campaigns and that sort of stuff, and then you just donate to that and that and that, and then you're like, yeah, I'm all set for the rest of the year.
Well, speaking of donations and unfortunate things, I have an article from about 6:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time that there is an Ebola outbreak in Sierra Leone.
Ooh, that's not nice.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah. Oh. That's why I don't really try to keep track of it, because it's just like it's also always get into that, oh, I really should donate, and you like
there's so much going wrong in the world, you know?
Yeah. That's why I tend to like read Florida Man on Twitter or something like that. The news that it's just hilarious and
There's
just
this
makes me.
ridiculous. I forgot what the Twitter is, but there's this terrible town in a rich area of California
Okay.
where they call the cops on everything. So the police blotter in the newspaper, which lists, calls to the cops and stuff, so people
Yeah.
know, it's just listing all this crazy stuff like, a suspicious man was spotted walking by the bushes. Police came by to investigate and found it was a man walking his dog. Really? Neighbors have been asked to move their car as it is distasteful. The car was parked in the owner's driveway. Like, what's wrong with you people? What entitles you to all of this stuff?
That should be a TV show. I mean, if they're missing out on stuff like that, it should be about the cops in that neighborhood. And be like, I hate my life.
I could just picture that one of the police officers just has a big hand mark on his face from face palming all the time.
It's like it's the Facepalm Police Department. What can I do for you today?
Oh, seriously, like...
You should rename it to that.
Yeah, like, they should have, like, just an automated voice answering machine when you call. If this is about your neighbor's car, please press 1. If you're having a problem with somebody walking down the street at noon who seems suspicious at noon, press 2. Like, all this stupid stuff that is not an issue or shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah. Well, you wonder how it's like to be like the coal collectors in like in major cities in America and that sort of stuff, and you get the idiots that call in the prank calls and like I wonder how much time goes into like prank calls actually disrupting, like they're getting like the criminals or getting like the proper response to.
There's a story like a few weeks ago of a lady, I forgot the exact details. I think it was a lady who had gotten injured in some fashion and called 911, and the person on the phone did not believe them.
When you have so many prank calls that you don't believe the person, like how do you like judge that? And man, that must be so terrible to have that line of work.
Seriously, I mean, and they have to feel. Oh wow, this is only in January. Yeah, there's a bunch of instances of these where people at like the police hotline hanging up on people, laughing at people, horrible things. Like, I can't fault the operators, I guess, in general, but some of these specific cases are just atrocious.
Yeah. It's, I mean, the people that aren't answering those must be like so, like, they can't even tell anymore. Probably they're so like hard time with people like pulling like prank calls and that sort of stuff, and people are calling in about. I remember I used to, when I was younger, I used to watch Jay Leno. And I was like, when he did those, like somebody call in about how to get their toaster to work and that sort of stuff. And we like, man, to deal with those type of people, like, I feel sorry for them.
Well, speaking of toast, man, you've seen the people who say, "Oh, I've got a great idea. You can make grilled cheese in your toaster. Just
God.
turn it sideways. Yeah, and burn down your house. That's not how toasters operate. You will die. Do not do that."
I like when you get those ideas, someone should be there always to like slap you in the face.
Ice soap.
No, like the toaster should have like a built-in like a telling you device. You're about to do something that's going to burn down your house. Please stop doing this, for the love of God.
Press yes to continue. Press no to not die. Yes. Are you sure you will likely burn down your house and destroy me, your loving toaster? Yes. You know what? Forget it.
God help
Press
us all.
yes one more time, and it just electrocutes the guy. Save the house.
Built-in defense mechanism.
Yeah, your toasters are in trouble. Your toasters need to turn into Terminators.
That's why the AI will end up being in the future. Intelligent toasters.
You gotta do something, or it's gonna be Darwin Awards left and right. You've heard of those, right?
Yeah.
Darwin Awards. Terrible, terrible stuff. Makes me really depressed, actually, hearing about them. But some of the things people do are so stupid. If they didn't die, I could have laughed.
Yeah.
But the simple fact that every Darwin Award is only awarded when someone dies doing it, it makes me kind of sad, even though sometimes it sounds really funny.
Yeah, some people, like, when it comes to the Florida man, Twitter, like, when you read that some should get the Darwin Award.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. There was, like, naked Florida man breaks into restaurant, steals 60 hamburgers and 3 pounds of bacon and 3 red peppers and a paddleboard.
Why?
How did he carry the hamburgers? That's what. Like, he have bags. Bacon.
Like, what are you gonna do with like 50 hamburgers? You can't eat all those; they're gonna go bad. You gotta freeze them, and you might as well just pay for the dang things.
Yeah, and there's like a Florida man attacked by alligator while diving for golf balls in country club. Why would you dive in Florida at the golf course? I mean, like, think about it. Like, we're like a state with a lot of alligators. We should really go and dive into.
No, my girlfriend's from Florida, all right? Like, she's like, yeah, you see all these ponds and lakes with water?
Yeah.
Don't ever go into one. You will be eaten by an alligator.
Yeah, I that seems reasonable. So stay fuck away from them. And yeah, I love those stories where there was a person who had an alligator in his hot tub, and it was like, yeah, it was here when I bought the place. I was like, sure. And you didn't call the cops. You're like, I just kept him and continued to feed him. Like, yeah, sure. You share a bathroom with the alligator.
Oh my gosh, I found it. It's Atherton, California. And it's terrible. Let me just give you an example of what's wrong with Atherton, California. 200 block of Oak Grove Avenue, 3:04 p.m., Thursday. A male was reported to be lying on the ground, possibly writing. Someone called that into the cops.
Oh, God. Like, there's a bomb. It's just mail.
Oh, it gets better.
It's anthrax. Oh, my God. We all gonna die.
He's got a pen. No. Oh, my gosh, this man is literate. Stop him. Okay,
Maybe it felt like the pen was from a Bond movie.
Exactly. I guess that's why they were frightened. I can deal with that. Okay. So here's a good one. El Camino Real and Selby Lane, 12:19 a.m., Friday. A pedestrian was reported not to be doing anything strange other than wearing black pants and a white dress shirt while walking at an odd hour. A dude's walking down the street, dressed really nicely, and no...
I love the fact he's doing nothing suspicious. I'm like, sure.
Yeah.
That's why you should check him out.
This is just... Yeah, okay, I'll give you one more just because this thing is completely absurd, all right?
Yeah.
Explain to me why someone needs to report this. Heritage Court, 12:44 a.m., Thursday. A woman whose finger got stuck in a drain was reported to be conscious and breathing.
What? Wait, that was called into the police?
Apparently?
Shouldn't that be to, like, a hospital or like something that's fairly convenient, like she needs help. No, screw that. We call the police. They have to deal with it.
I have no idea.
The police are now EMTs as well. Sure.
It's nonsensical. Like, there's people calling the police because like a courier delivered a package. Like, really, someone knocked on your door and left the package, and you'd call the cops.
He's doing his job. Screw that guy. Call the police.
I wish that my local delivery people did their jobs. I had something that was supposed to be delivered today. It's no update. It left Tennessee and is gone forever.
Yeah, per the American post system is really, really terrible.
See, this is what bugs me, though. I like the United States Postal Service. It is the cheapest way to send tons of stuff. Like, if you want to send a small little hat or something small or a shirt or whatever, U.S. Postal Service is great.
Yeah.
It's cheap. It's $5. Have fun.
Yeah.
UPS is a bajillion dollars. FedEx is too.
Yeah.
And they're a lot nicer about actually trying to deliver.
Yeah.
Like some of these other companies, they won't even knock on the door. They'll just be like, nope, no one's home. Stick the note. I'm gone. DHL tries to deliver twice, and if you don't catch them after the first delivery attempt, they'll get the second delivery attempt, say, oh, I guess you don't exist. We're gonna hold on to your package. You better call us soon, or it's gonna, I don't know, we're gonna eat it.
That's terrible. What we have is if we have like a post that is too big, and we're not at home, they will just like directly like deliver it to the post office, and you can just pick it up there. Like,
yeah, you can do that if you get to them in time. And honestly, like, I think the post office isn't so bad. I just think that it should have its money managed better, and accounting should be done better.
They have like, they don't have enough time to like do everything because they have so many customers and like getting to everyone, and it's really stressful work, I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
So
I was also told that some people are doing shady accounting to make it so they seem to have less money than they do, so they can't actually do anything. I can't verify that. Another internet rumor. But something like to keep your eyes on.
Money. Oh, we need that money.
Yeah. Oh, we gotta we gotta get rid of the post office. It's such a gigantic money sink. No, I like the post office. The people at my post office are friendly. They're awesome. They lent me tape. They let me ship things to foreign lands.
Yeah, I have no problem with the Swedish post office. I mean, we don't have like big countries. We don't have a lot of people that is going to the post office that often. So, like, everything is like always on time.
You know, I got a question. I've been asked this of people in different countries. Do you get junk mail a lot?
Like, you mean like from companies or that sort of stuff, or
yeah, like stuff you don't want. Like they just keep mailing you, like, oh, hey, you should come buy this, or hey, fake car warranty expiration.
Not really that much. We just get like the stuff from like supermarkets and that sort of stuff. That's
not so bad.
So yeah. We don't really get that much, sure. They're just mostly the bigger companies, IKEA and that sort of stuff.
Do you get cat facts?
What's that?
When people sign your cell phone number up to be texted a random fact about a cat, about cats in general every once in a while?
No, I don't have.
Good. Some of my friends set that up for people. It's rather unfortunate. Yeah, so you just get a message about, did you know that in Egypt cats were worshipped and considered to be sacred?
Oh no, who could have ever thought that? You could just look that in a history book. Oh my god, that's so difficult. You should have learned that in school, maybe. Kind of.
Did you know that cats like to play with their prey before killing it?
Probably.
Yeah, and it just keeps going, and if you tell it to stop, it just sends you messages back like, text cancel to quit cat facts. And then you type cancel, and it goes, we're sorry, we didn't understand that. Here's another fact about a cat. You have been subscribed to Cat Facts.
Oh, God.
Terrible, terrible stuff. Horrible, horrible stuff.
How lovely. I can't... I'm thankful I don't have anything like that.
Yeah, can you guys get unsolicited phone calls on your cell phones?
No, we the only thing I get phone calls is from like telephone companies, or like they're gonna sell like their plans or whatever it is. You should get this instead. It's cheaper, or like electricity bills usually also sometimes. One called my cell phone, and since I'm not even, which I found really funny because this house isn't signed up for. It's like it's my mother who owns this apartment. So I'm like, why would you call me? Like I like they can see if a person like has like a home, like has an apartment and stuff like this. So I'm like, why are you calling me? Like that just. I have no interest in it.
The call is coming from inside the house.
Yeah. And usually they're like, sometimes they have like surveys, and it'll be like, who had birthday, was the last person to have a birthday? And since my mother has a birthday actually today.
Oh, so, happy birthday, Mark's mom.
Yes, so, and I have 10th of August, so the latest one to have birthday is usually me from 10th of August until 31st of, like, so I have like nearly all the year, like it's coming to me. So like, yeah, who had last time had a birthday? Like, that's me every time.
Some games have that for how you pick who goes first if it's turn-based.
Yeah, so
there's a board.
If we had a board game, I would win that one.
There's a board game called Pandemic, which is about basically a global, pandemic. Yeah.
I've heard of it.
And the person who was sick most recently goes first.
Ah, nice. Isn't that I always hear that Madagascar is like always closes down?
Oh gosh, I forgot what the name of that game is.
Yeah,
I think in that game you design a virus to try and wipe out as much of the world as possible.
Yeah.
And Madagascar just goes, well, F all y'all, I'm getting out while the getting's good.
That's where people start in Madagascar, something like that.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Grim stuff.
Yeah, so, like, is there anything else you've been doing or lately or watching or...
I've been watching Magi, the Kingdom of Magic. An interesting anime that looks all happy and cutesy and kid stuff. And then, people just die or get crushed by stuff or melt.
At least that is one thing about the animes. They are not afraid to kill off people.
Yes.
And that's why one of the reasons why anime has gotten as big as it's gotten, because that's one of the major problems with American television. There's like, I think I really enjoy most of the American television, but one thing is a major problem there. You're not allowed to kill off characters that is popular, or like some people at least enjoy. So it makes it like predictable, unfortunately.
And then you've got a show like Attack on Titan. Everyone dies! Yay! But, no, I've also been watching Hunter x Hunter, which is another show that looks like it's made for small children. And then people get their limbs ripped off, they get eaten alive, they melt, they get eviscerated. Like, oh my gosh! What age group is this for? This is from a boys' magazine. I'm not sure I want to go to Japan if this is what little dudes are doing. I'm scared now.
Yeah, And I love the fact that there's so many animes, so you don't.
Oh, there's like whatever you're interested in.
Yeah. I've been watching, I'm watching the new season of Sword Art Online, and Hamatora, the second season.
I've seen the first episode of Sword Art Online, and it looked pretty cool. But I heard that it starts awesome and then gets slightly less awesome.
Yeah, well, it depends on what level you judge anime, I suppose, or what animes you're into. Because I enjoyed the first half of season 1. Then I didn't enjoy the second half as much as the first half, but it's still decent. I mean, it's not bad. It's like, yeah, it had some weird moments, especially like the tentacle stuff ends up in one of the episodes.
Who coded that?
Oh, it's Japanese. You're just fucking tentacles. Of course, that would be in.
Well, what other kind of tentacles would you have?
Yeah, or you wouldn't have a tentacle thing at all. Jesus Christ, that fetish I'm never going to back.
You have any idea how old that is?
Yeah, I know how old that is.
The fisherman's wife, like, was it ukiyo-e way back in the day, like the 1800s, 1700s, 1600s? I don't remember. Dang it, that's not even porn. That's tradition now.
Hey, I don't understand how they can find that. And that male genitals is the worst thing, like, in mankind's history, for Japanese people. That's like one of the biggest taboos, which is that's good. One of your productive organs you need to
further the species.
Yeah, is taboo. That's going to work great. That's why they have a problem in Japan where they don't have enough. They have a problem with people not interested in relationship and sex and that sort of stuff.
Well, it's funny. We've got some religious groups in the States that are like, these organs are bad. Being naked is bad. This stuff is terrible. Have as many children as you can. Yeah, but those parts are dirty. Unless you're having children.
I'm like, what? How does that make sense? I wonder. I wonder what they like. I wonder how they literally have sex. They were like, okay, we're like, we have to do this. Do you understand?
We're gonna have to touch each other where?
Oh my god! Like, they literally both of them crying while doing it.
Seriously, you should not be ashamed of your own body. Simple as that.
No, you should.
Unless
love
you are
life and love everything.
Yes. There's one other thing I've been doing just because I'm a gigantic nerd. I've been painting dungeon tiles and scenery, a lot of it.
Okay, for a game, I'm guessing?
Yeah, but mostly just because I find it amusing. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I should be painting my Warhammer armies, and instead I'm sitting here painting the same 300 gray tiles over and over and over again.
And also gray tiles? Yeah, that sounds as fun as Rambo editing all of that.
Oh, no. Don't get me wrong. Now, it's not just gray. Oh, no. To paint a gray tile,
you need
different
shades of gray.
You need to first prime the piece with a nice matte black. So the cracks and crevices look darker.
So you need 50 shades of gray.
No, you do not. I was hoping you weren't going there.
When I said it was like, I can't pass that up.
You don't need 50. You need one shade of black. And you cover the whole thing in gray. Then you cover certain special stones in orange. And then you go over everything with a tiny bit of a more different orange. And then you go over it with a really light gray. So there's 2 shades of gray, 1 shade of black, 2 shades of orange, and then it looks gray. And it takes a long time. That must be the most
passionate. Like, that sounds really boring. Like, this is my life. This is the passion I've been waiting for. I have really found my thing in life, and it's paint gray tiles.
Oh, but get this. Sometimes, if I'm feeling dirty, I paint some bloodstains on the tiles before I go to the second orange. Or I'll put some green mold in there, or moss.
I would tell a soul.
Awesome. And Luigi is best Luigi.
Yeah. Before we start to wrap up, I just wanted to ask you about Mario Kart 8. You were showing it earlier, so I figured...
Oh yeah, I brought it up because July 31st is the last day you can get a free game for registering this with Club Nintendo.
Oh.
And I almost forgot.
Okay.
So I have to do that right when we're done with this. Like, that is why this is up here.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this this will be up tomorrow. So, like, the advice for all the other people, like, if you didn't do it, shame on you. So yeah, how have you been enjoying it?
So, it's pretty good. The game gives you... Now, unlike most of the other Mario Kart games, you actually get to pick from a gigantic variety of karts here.
Yeah.
Like 10 to 20 different karts.
Yeah, like from what I've heard, most of it's like some of the stuff is taken from Sonic All-Stars Racing.
Really? Well, I actually haven't played that.
Yeah.
Tails all frightens me.
Like how you change from like flying and all that is also taken from some All-Star Racing. So they took some of the good stuff from that and made it Mario Kart style and made it our own spin on it.
Yeah, so I mean, you got what, like 16 characters or something, a ton of them, and then you can pick different bikes or different karts. And each one has different statistics for speed, acceleration, handling, traction, and weight. Yeah. And then you get to pick different tires for the same, and then you get to pick what sort of glider you want.
Yeah.
And the game has 8 different cups with 4 tracks each. So if you math that out properly, that's 32 tracks. Yes, that many. 32 tracks. And they're all pretty fun. Half of them are remakes of old tracks, which kind of feel like the old tracks, but aren't quite the same.
Yeah, because they with the new elements in it.
Case in point, remember Rainbow Road on the N64? Remember how each lap was 3 minutes, and if you fell off, ha ha ha. Well, guess what, friends? It's now only 3 minutes to finish the entire race.
Yeah.
Yay! Where'd my Rainbow Road go? I honestly, like, in one of the stages, it's not a loop. It's, you go through a third of it, you go through a third of it, and then you end on the bottom, and you're done. Yeah. It's like a ski slope.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you.
I watched, I've seen some of it on YouTube and that sort of stuff. I thought they should have done maybe a little bit more, actually, of that they had one giant long, like, long track, because that, from what I could tell, is like that's a little bit different because you need to have something new every like third step.
Yeah, it's like, basically three tracks, really. Yeah.
And instead of you just going around one thing.
Over and over and over, yeah.
Yeah.
One more thing. So the game's fun, the handling's good, the bikes handle a little bit differently than the karts, and I think they're balanced okay. Here's the problem. Hey kids, you remember all that fun you had playing battle mode on the N64 and Mario Kart? Well, F you! Yeah, because there's no battle tracks.
Yeah.
Nope! You have to go race around on the regular stupid tracks, shooting stupid shells at your stupid friends because they couldn't be bothered to make a giant effing square with a few squares inside. I mean, are you kidding me, guys? Some of those battle tracks were so simple. Like
just looking back to the me and my cousin used to play like the Super Mario Kart on the SNES,
yeah.
and we played the battle mode against each other so much and loved it, and I wish like seeing it, like why would you take out something that like there's no, like when you see other games, there really none that has really the same, that was like such a Mario thing to do, that none other racing game would be like, oh, we should need a battle mode, because that would be like everyone would be like, oh, you're just doing the same thing as Mario Kart.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know how hard it is for them to make a track, but battle maps are so much easier.
Yeah.
Like for the N64, one of my favorite maps, the one was, I don't remember what it was called, like Triple Decker or something, or Block Fort or something like that. It had in each corner, there's 4 of these, just a big old fort that's a different color.
Yeah.
And you know what? Fine, you make one, you copy and paste it, and oh my gosh, you finished the other 4 corners, you moron.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't have to like be elaborate. People doesn't with the battle mode. People don't care about that. Just make them a little bit different and be like, yeah, this is good.
No, you just drive around over and over and over and over again, trying to find somebody to hit with your stupid green shell because you weren't cool enough for a red one until the timer runs out. Oh, and you're dead. Now you're a ghost. Apparently you can kill stuff too. Woohoo.
Yeah, but you don't get points when you're a ghost. So that's the difference. Woo!
Yep,
oh,
game's still fun, but
So now everyone will just play the normal, like, or maybe play online. That's
all I'll say. Best feature: 4-player local Grand Prix with what, 12 carts, 16 carts. Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's does it for this podcast. I think was a good one. We have spoken about politics and other stuff about how great America is as a country. Isn't it? Don't come here and shoot us or shoot me. Like, you can find OJ, you can't find me.
Look, just keep exporting those fish and we'll be happy.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, you can find the great Wizard of OJ on Twitter, for instance, at FreshOJSomePulp, which is incidentally the background screen for today's episode. And is there anything else? Geekfiregifts.com?
Geekfiregifts.com or stayballsy.com would be a wonderful place to go to hear about the show. And, of course, where our dear friend Rambo is right now working on Schnozman on Hole Punch, the Justice Lease.
Yeah, we all hyped for that. And maybe I should... the show starts again next week, right?
Wednesday at 8 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. Daylight savings time is terrible and stupid, and we should get rid of it. Bam.
It's that would be 2 a.m. Central Europe time.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, we just have to survive, and especially when I'm going to being up like 7 in the morning for...
Oh, dude, I'm sorry. What the frell, man? I would have talked faster. I'm sorry about that. I would have talked a lot faster, so we would have gotten through a little bit earlier, so you wouldn't have the problem with sleeping.
No problem. My kind of work is like I can take slow days because it's all I take care of my uncle who's mentally disabled, so it's all matters to him. Well, he has been that all his life, so he's happy with the way he is. So
okay.
So yeah, depending on what he wants to do, and usually that means just sitting watching a DVD or watching Teletubbies or something like that. He loves the Teletubbies, by the way. I've seen one of the Teletubbies movies, I think 100 times at least already. So if that even, like, it must be even more than 100.
Wow.
He sure loves that movie.
Huh?
Yeah. So for me, I will have probably one podcast next week as well. I don't know if I have the time before I go to London. That's we will have to see about that. And yeah, so you can find me on Twitter at the story of Crown. I always want to just the like at Story of Crown on Twitter. And yeah, you can also watch the crazy Crown Madness video I put up recently. It's pretty weird and crazy, and I sometimes wonder who is that, and that's actually me. I can't actually tell. I feel like I get possessed by something or someone. Who can that be? Yeah, so thank you all for watching and listening, and whatever you did while watching and listening to this. We don't judge here.
Gross.
Yeah,
Gross.
so thank you all, and good night and goodbye.
Good night.